Hello and welcome back to Burnout RC. Hope you liked my first video. That was actually the first video I've ever done for YouTube or anything like that. This here is not a Baja 5B, it's not a Baja 5T, and it's also not the Super 5XC Flux, the new one from HPI. It is, however, a HPI truck. What it did is I actually started with a Savage XL that I had for about a year. I loved it and enjoyed it very much. But I decided to, I was actually thinking of getting the Baja 5T, but I decided to see if there was any type of conversion that I could do for the Savage XL that I had. I have a dual steering servo in it. I can show you how I did that. I don't think there's too much information out there for a dual steering servo. I haven't really looked it up too much, but it is definitely doable in the electric version. Pretty sure it's not doable in the nitro version because of where you put the second servo. The Savage Flux, which is right here, it's a little not fully together right now, but you can do the dual steering servo in that if you like. What I have in this truck are two HPI SF50 steering servos. They're 12 kilogram each, so that definitely doubles my steering, which actually works quite well. This truck has a Mamba Monster in it with a Castle Cat Pack, which I have right here, which we're going to put in to my Slash with the Mamba Max Pro in it, in the 2400 kV motor. Quite fast truck. I run it on 4S for high speed runs, and I have run it on 5S a little bit. Works pretty well. You just got to gear it appropriately so you don't overheat and blow it up. This truck again it actually has a Leopard motor in it, a Leopard 1400 kV. I believe the part number was LBP 4074, I think it was, or 4075. I think it might have been the 74. Actually, I think it says it right on the motor. Yeah, 4074. I can actually show you how I've made these snow chains for this. They actually work quite well. I was quite surprised at how well they worked. I went out to where I normally run this at in the snow, where there's big snow plow piles. I have a spool in the front diff right now. One of the pins that connects the drive, the outer drive cup on the diff, it broke. And then I really only had 3-wheel drive. But surprisingly, with these chains on it, it still just rocketed up those hills, and even at a slower rate I could almost crawl up the hills with just 3-wheel drive and these chains on it. Here's the style of chain that I use to make my snow chains with. You can get this at your local hardware store. As you can see, they have you can bend these little round ends out here to disconnect and create your snow chain with. Now, it's very easy to make your snow chains. One thing I must tell you though, it's your own responsibility if these chains fly off. You choose to do this, it's your responsibility. What I do is my own responsibility. I'm just merely showing you how to do this, maybe just to get some more traction or for the look of it. So you take your own responsibility. If anything that damages your truck, injures anybody, whatever. Your fault, not mine. Now, the way I made the chains for my Baja is I actually did it in a vise, but I don't have a vise down here in the studio. A little bit easier to do it in a vise. You just grip it in there real good with some vise grips. If you don't have a vise, take some needle nose pliers and just open up the one end a little bit. And then you can lay out your tire and just kind of drape it on the tire to see how big of a circle you need to make for each inside and outside. Whatever, there we go. I'm just gonna, just for demonstration purposes, lock the next one in here, open up the other side just to get rid of the chain. the excess chain. One section's done, and then you just lay it out straight like that, and then just open up the next piece. Like so. And then depending on how wide your tire is, what size of tire, on the Baja with those Savage XL tires, I used 6 of these links. Depending on what size of chain you're using, they have this chain in different sizes. You're just going to have to figure it out yourself by placing it on there to see how many links you need. But again, for demonstration purposes, I'll just do it at any spot and open up the other side. Now you have your cross piece, and all you do is just put it through the link wherever it needs to be for your chains and just clamp it together. And then with the other side, just for example, you lay it out, you put it on the proper spot, and you just clamp that together, and then you make your other piece, and so on and so forth. Quite simple to do. What I did on the Baja, I'll show you here right now. What I've done here on the Baja is I've put a couple links to tighten up the outer circle. I just used 2 of them. They're 3 links in each. I made this outer circle 1 link shorter than the inside circle, just so that it's a little tighter on the outside to keep the chain on the inside from getting at your linkages and everything in there. That's also why I had put 2 cross pieces on here to hold this side nice and tight. Very simple to do, like I said, very easy to put on and remove. You just kind of drape them over the tire. Just put your links together. There's the link, one of the links right there. You can actually, if you want to, you can squeeze them together just to ensure that they don't come apart. But so far I have not had an issue with any of the links grabbing anything or coming apart, so works quite well. And there you have it, snow chains. Your kit's going to come with your cat pack, some shrink wrap, and some installation instructions. You're going to want to read through those carefully. Safety is key here. You don't want to burn yourself on your soldering iron or anything like that. So just make sure you follow all the manufacturer's recommended safety precautions through the installation of this cat pack from your soldering iron and your and Castle's instructions as well. Okay, so let's get started. So just make sure your soldering iron is nice and hot. I'm not going to go through a whole how to solder tutorial thing here. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how it's done though. So just, again, make sure it's nice and hot. Touch a little bit of solder to the iron and just tin your post. And do the other side. There. Now once you have everything tinned and ready to go, just want to make sure you put the positive and negatives on the proper side. There, it's all soldered together. Now it's not the prettiest soldering job I've ever done. I'm not a pro at it, and my soldering gun isn't the hottest. Need a little more wattage sometimes to do certain things. So the next thing you're going to want to do, you're just going to take the little piece of shrink wrap that come with it, open it up, and slide it over your cat pack. Just like that. Then you're going to use a heat gun or whatever you've got, a lighter, to shrink that down. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Burnout RC. Quite simple to put the cat pack on the Mamba Monster, sorry, Mamba Max. Mamba Monster, this one in here, has the cat pack as well. So don't forget to rate, subscribe, like, wherever it is these days. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have some more ideas for videos to come. I'm going to start working on them shortly. I can put out some running videos of these if you'd like. Just let me know. Post comments on the video down below. and I'll get some videos up for you of these trucks. So thank you very much.